one day, as I was researching what the Bible said about heaven, sitting in a Burger King across the street from the office, the business I owned, early morning, this retired professor from Stanford walks in. I don't know the guy. I'm the only guy sitting in here. He sees me reading my Bible and assumes I'm a preacher. So he walks over to me and says, "Son, where do you preach?" And I said, "Well, sir, I'm not a preacher. I'm just a business guy." And this guy sits down in the booth with me, uninvited, which is okay, but weird. And he started to say some strange things about the Bible. And two verses I had just read popped in my head as this guy started talking. One was 1 Corinthians 12, verse 3, and 1 John 4, verse 3. They both say that if a man can't say Jesus is Lord, then he doesn't have the Holy Spirit. You can only say that if you have the Holy Spirit.
Jesus is Lord. Sweet!
Jesus
I've got the
Lord.
Holy Spirit.
Okay, so 1 Corinthians 12, verse 3, 1 John 4, verse 3. They both say that. You can only say that if you have the Holy Spirit. Only Christians have the Holy Spirit. So a little voice in my head said, test that on this guy. See if he can say, Jesus is Lord. So I gently interrupted this retired professor from Stanford and said, Sir, let me ask you a question. Is Jesus Lord? And he jumped out of the booth and started screaming and at the top of his lungs and running circles around the dining hall at Burger King, shouting, "No, no, no! Who is Jesus? I don't know who Jesus is. I'm wasting my time talking to you." He's screaming and running. I couldn't believe it. I looked over and the Burger King workers were like this. They were just, and the drive-throughs backing up. They're watching all this unfold. I just couldn't believe it. And I looked up at him and said, "Sir, I want you to know that I'm going to pray for you so that someday you can know Jesus as Lord." And that really made him angry. He ran back up to me and he got right in my face. He shook his finger at me and he was spitting on me through gritted teeth. He screamed, "Don't you dare pray for me." And I smiled and said, "I can pray for you right now. You can't stop me." I just, and he screamed and ran out of Burger King, slammed that door. I thought the glass was going to break.